Amazing gold his eyes, but my heart still beats. When I say no, it's yes. I'm putting you to the test. Can you handle me? Do you have the key? Sorry that I've been playing games. Do you really have what it takes? I guess so, I guess so. I guess so, I guess so. I am a queen, I need my king. Are you bad enough to sin? I think so, I think so. I think so, I think so. Okay, let me just be honest with you. I want you, want you, want you. And okay, I've been running circles all the time, but I want you, want you.
Hey guys, welcome. Now we're here with the continuation on from wherever we just were. Now, was getting ready for this reading. I was looking for the Moonology Oracle and something happened. Now I wanted to get this Oracle, guys, and then I realized that I couldn't find the rest of the deck, but I could find the book, and it was right here. So I reached over, and then I was like, what the heck? There's all these cards. So they were flipped in two different piles. So, of course, this was the first pile, and then this was the second pile. This first pile, I found within it the Ten of Pentacles that was missing. Makes complete sense where she was hidden. This is where it gets really interesting. Remember how she's repairing the connection? Look at this. She's been working on repairing the connection. And we're going to take a look and see what the message is right here, right now. So it's in two parts, and I couldn't believe it because you know what? Once again, too, I don't study my cards. I don't feel called to. This is how my gift works. We've discussed this before. And it's so that when messages are shared at the channel, they're real and authentic. They've never been received before. The book hasn't been studied. Because if the book had been studied the way that it's gone here, it wouldn't have been the same. This is the way that the foundation has been laid, the patterning. And it also allows me to believe. Because I would not believe if things did not happen the way they did here. And to see that the Ten of Pentacles is connected to this image alone right here is enough for me to continue to believe and keep going. And we always need a reminder. It's just like, you know, the divine comes in and we have this magical moment, but then we forget. We need a reminder. It's just like we need to be fed by the light too. The light needs to feed us. And that's what's happening right now. So it's connected to an awakening. We've entered a gateway. We've entered a path. We've followed the light. And this is connected to the Lord of the Underworld and the purification from the 5 to the 6. We're repairing this cord from within to without. Through the earth, this strength, and it's through fertility. This is the message, and it's going to allow us to have prosperity. Now, when I saw these cards sitting in two different piles, at first I was like, oh no, this is enough cards, but it's obviously a message laid out. And of course we would go back to the past, to Halloween, because it's like we're always creating a bit from the past and a bit from the future, but the magic in mastering ourselves is to pull it into the present moment and to be there, to be active within the moment. And that's how we can heal from, that's how we can heal from sadness and also get stuck in sadness. It's like, so we can heal from sadness because we can find the charge within the past or within the future, and then we can grow with it within the present moment. Or we can do the same thing, find the happy charge within the past and the future, and then we can get stuck there and not create within the present moment. And that's where the shifter is broken, and that's what we're fixing. And it's connected to our responsibility through the High Priestess. And she needs us to know we're being protected as we're healing and we're journeying through our Merkaba. And whoa, to get that last message just even goes to show too, we have our sequencing on point, our patterning's on point to where we're going. And it has something to do with respecting the earth. What we're seeing has something to do with respecting the earth, why we are a healer, why we came here to heal, why we came here to understand what we came here to understand. And it has to do with a ritual, an invocation. And this is restoring connection. We're going to create within this. But this is the coming together of people in order to create something with. We're all going to come together in order to create within the void. And I've never seen this before. And it is connected to our union. And all of our unions are connected. Just like the bees, just like the honeybee. And it has to do with hearth, homecoming. Something's going to transform here. And it has to do with our heart as well as the warmth of the fire. You know, I was out running today and it was really chilly, and I was thinking, I was doing my prayer, and I was thinking about the fire element and how I could hardly wait to go home for it to warm me up, and just like the hearth, how that's going to warm us up through the winter months when it cools down. And it is connected to death, Halloween, Scorpio, and an incubation period. There's the egg, and I didn't even notice that till right now. This is all unfolding in real time. I didn't really study this. I didn't have time to. My son wanted to watch a quick episode of one of his favorite shows, and I needed to fit that time in. So incubation. We're in a time of incubation, and it's connected to the cycles of the moon, and this is connected to the new moon promise, and remembering that it's going to take the full cycle of La Luna to deliver the promise. And it is connected to union. And these spaces are connected. But we're going through here right now. And it's happening because of La Luna and the cycles. Okay, guys, now, when I couldn't find the Ten of Pentacles, I was devastated. I was freaking out. I was looking through all my stuff. I was using all of the new patterning I could not to start up my Five of Wands charge. I went through everywhere. I couldn't find it. Okay, whatever. Moving on. Then I knew that it was time to go to other decks, and I received some messages this way. But then to find this that day and to see that it was sandwiched between this card here. Okay, guys, this card here is it's a celebration of May 1st. And it's the Green Man in Marion. And it's his May Queen. And this celebration is when couples come together to celebrate this fire festival with songs dancing around the maypole and sacred union of hand fasting and holy fires. And what is right here? Now we've received a sequence. And it's a sequence. And it's going to be a spell casting event here because we're doing some work still left over from Halloween, from the blue moon. And this is what we're doing. And that's why we won't be receiving this message. Look, we're coming together, and this is what we're doing here. We're a group of like-minded people coming together in order to create New Earth. And we're repairing our connections from within to without. And we're all becoming whole within. The main message of the sequence is going to be how do we achieve union within and achieve wholeness within. But it's still a gift of without. And there is a connection, of course, to as above, so below, a positive and a negative charge, the masculine and the feminine through the child. The love of course, nature and source energy. There's a reconnection. But we're awakening to something here. Now we're going to receive these messages. Awakening. The goddess stands in maiden form, shining through this very dawn. New fruits stir in her virgin womb. Awaken now from winter's tomb. This magic is worked with harm to none. So mote it be, there it is, done. Witches' wisdom. New desires are presenting themselves to you as you awaken to opportunities that were once unfamiliar to you. These beckon you now to explore as you become more in tune with the magic and mystery of nature. You're becoming aware of this awakening. You're beginning to notice synchronicities, such as chance meetings with like-minded people or animals that cross your path. The ancient mystics worked with the cycle of nature and recognize that when we operate in this way, we receive all that we need to survive abundantly. Everything that you're feeling is entirely natural. Your wishes and desires to powerfully evolve and to live as your authentic self have brought about these changes, opening new doorways for you, and what no longer serves you will fall away naturally. This is an auspicious time, for you're becoming truly alive and awakening the true source within, witch, magician, manifester, magic. You're an alchemist. So we're going to stir from within a deep slumber, and it's connected to a foresight, a time of new growth, a time to purify your thoughts, actions, and diet. This is a great time to seed fresh ideas. Become in tune with your body's cycles, our connection to the moon and La Luna, and dream big. Draw on your maiden aspect of the triple goddess. Wake up. It's time, guys. It's time to wake up. We're getting the message right here. Moon. Cycles. Drink of the moon on this fine night, with loving heart and open sight, aware of the cyclical ways. Be at one with every phase. This magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be. There it is, done. Which is wisdom. After an arduous journey, moon appears to indicate that you are coming to the end of a phase. Cycles begin and end and begin again, but in new form. Patterns repeat until the lessons have been fully understood and learned. As you step into this new phase, be expectant and full of anticipation, for you will not wish to go over old ground again. New opportunities await, so be vigilant. Outcomes lie in your hands. Call down the moon as she embraces you in her soft, luminous glow. Bathe under the pure feminine and restorative energy she immerses you with. Recharge your working crystals under her full presence and go sky-clad in honor of the triple goddess who watches over you as the moon rules your emotions. And there it is, everything we're connecting to and doing, and this is how we're rejuvenating. This has something to do with the luminous light of La Luna, our authentic self, our moon sign, combined with our sun sign, through the middle of self. That's like the center of self. That's how we project ourselves out into the world. And there's a rejuvenation being offered here. But the outcome is in our hands. Like, guys, it's time to charge my crystals for real. Never forget that she also lives within you, as you work in conjunction with her phases, honoring at all times your new, full, and dark aspects of maiden, mother, and crone. And there it is, the triple connection. Past, present, and future, the energies of youth and wisdom, experience, all coming together. But there's a deep connection to our emotions here. Like, we know that the unspoken languages are connecting to us through expression right now. So it makes sense why we're doing a purification of our expressions and how we project ourselves without. There's a message there. And the moon is helping us to do this, and this is part of our rejuvenation. This is part of how we're going to have the fountain of youth. The foresight. Open up to your receptive feminine side. Your emotions are ruled by the moon phases. Harness the moon's energy and understand her phases for your magical work, in conjunction with the triple goddess. Fertility. The god sows deep his natural seed, impregnates goddess, nature's need, and from this union will come birth, yours to share across this earth. This magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be, there it is, done. Which is wisdom. The energy of the Cross Quarter Festival surrounds you This celebrates the god impregnating the goddess, who in mother form bursts forth growth from spring into summer. Like the goddess of nature at this time, you are nearly in full bloom. The tiny seeds of creativity you planted earlier have developed. Their shoots have sprung and are ready to blossom. This marks a very fertile time for you. A new idea or project can now be fulfilled. Your creative power is stirring within, ready to be birthed. Success will follow as you draw upon the gifts that the element of fire offers. Whose rites are honored throughout the festival. Passion, desire, confidence, and strength accompany you as you take appropriate action towards your dreams and goals. Now I think I saw a little bit about this celebration. If any of you guys have, I don't know. The foresight. Explore your sexuality. Your desires are coming to fruition. Do what you feel passionate about. Taking action will bring about desired results. Participate in a fire walk. It's time to celebrate. And it is going to be time to celebrate, but it's going to be something, because this has to do with our sexuality, but we're healing through that. It's not lust. And I've really been showing the patterning of lust and like feeling the difference between lust and love and unconditional love. There's a difference, and we're understanding this. This is being reflected back to us. Austera, incubation. What's the hurry? Why the gloom? Your seed is safe within her womb. Await and trust, now is the key. For life will bloom most readily. The magic is worked with harm to none. So mote it be. There it is. Done. Which is wisdom. Like the sun rising at the spring equinox, Austera's promise of new beginnings and fertility is on the horizon. Everything is in place to make real your desires. But first you must allow all things to unfold naturally. The seeds planted at the unblock need time to nurture deep within the earth. And there's our connection to where we started off in awakening. And even though these seedlings may now be appearing, you are yet to witness them grow into full bloom. So have patience at this time of incubation. For the development of any projects, wishes, spells, and dreams you have breathed energy into. Everything is simmering under the surface, and the timing is perfect to bring the best results. That which you cannot see needs to take place first, in the background. So don't try to speed up the process. Just wait, trust, and allow the natural order of things to take place. Your patience will pay off. And wow, I'm feeling some sort of way right now, because I just had a vision today sent to me of working behind the scenes here at School for the Fool. And then there's the message in incubation. The foresight. What you have wished for will come about soon. There are underlying factors that need to be considered before completion. A new project is about to take off. Allow your dreams to unfold naturally without forcing the issue. You do have a reason to feel excited because new beginnings are awaiting. Ostara revealed. This is a time of balance between the light and the dark. A time of renewal and rebirth of life. And there's our connection. The vernal equinox calls to our youthful spirit to come out of hibernation and awaken to the lengthening of days. And this is where in pagan times the eggs were given. And this is all about a celebration of new life. This is our connection to Easter. There's a connection right now to this time. And understanding that we're going to enter a time of incubation. But there will be a blossoming. We're going to use the seasons in order to create not just the cycles of the moon, We need to wake to the fact we're going to use the seasons, the cycles of the moon, and all our other divinatory tools that we have. And remembering we are the sacred container. Well, this is connected to the blue moon, the time that just passed, Halloween, right? Death, through the veil, will list thin this very night. Protection placed, no need for fright. Crone welcomes you and all you bring. Wisdom awaits, now look within. The magic is worked, with harm to none, so mote it be, there it is, done. Which is wisdom. You've been avoiding death. Change is afoot, and you've been desperately clinging on to your old self, all of which you know too well, for fear of losing your identity. You must understand that to die to the old will escalate you to where you truly desire to be. Time to let go, to surrender, and to accept that death is never final. It is simply a portal to rebirthing into the next and glorious stage of the cycle called life. Death appears before you now in the form of Samhain, a time of connection and reflection on those who have left this world for the other, and to look at where you've journeyed from and to during the wheel of the year. The goddess in her triple form has become the crone, and you are invited to draw on her wisdom from deep within, as she cradles you during the dark months to come. The foresight. Let go of old patterns and behaviors. Take a risk. Fear is preventing you from freedom. Embrace your croning years and step into your wisdom. A death changes your outlook. And look at that. We're embracing what we're fearing, and that's allowing us to change and to rejuvenate. We're using the energies of the opposites to the best of our capabilities here in order to have this transformation. This is using both sides, everything. And it's Samhain revealed. The festival of the dead is when we honor our ancestors. The veil between the worlds of the dead and living is at its thinnest. We celebrate death as a part of life as we journey into the dark of the soul. This is the time to burn in the cauldron our paper of regrets, embracing the dying of our old self and transforming into the next incarnation of the self in this life. And that's what we're doing, because when we go forth and when we're in blossom now within spring, we're not going to be bringing the pieces of us that are not authentic and that are no longer working. We would not be able to have this regeneration, this rebirth, this rejuvenation. We have to let go. Time to say goodbye to old self. Time to say goodbye to old patterning. Time to say goodbye. As you can see, there's a deep connection between these cards. Hearth, homecoming. It's time to do something for you. Stop racing around. Don't do the do. Return to that which you know best. Enjoy some warmth and well-earned rest. The magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be, there it is, done. We have cast so many spells today, guys. We're doing a lot of work, and this is thanks to still how sacred of a times we're in, and such a deep connection to this blue moon during this time of year. Witch's wisdom. You've heard the phrase, home is where the heart is, right? Well, it certainly rings true for you at this moment in time. The hearth calls you back to the bosom of your family, to return to the center of what is really important, to remember where your loyalties lie. And of course, how else are we going to have a rebirth of the center thanks to you if we don't get to it, if we don't see it, if we don't understand it, if we don't make some sort of connection to it? But it's through the energy of the opposites, of course. This is a vital time right now for you to enjoy some home comforts where you can relax and be the real you. You're done with the pretense and keeping up with others for appearance's sake. It's all been rather fast-paced for you, and now it's time to slow things down and take it easy. Hearth invites you to return back to the basics for a while. where you can rest in the warmth and enjoy some of that nourishing soup, baby. I know what mine's gonna be. It's gonna have beets in it. I love beet soup. I'm gonna make some. Here within your very own space, you can review your priorities and maybe rework that schedule of yours. But for now, curl up and focus on some peace and well-being. Welcome home. There it is. We are going to come home to peace by slowing the fuck down, guys. Stopping these shenanigans. Stopping this rat race. And I'm talking to myself right now. The faster we try to fly, the more we just fail. We're going to slow down time right now. And that means we're going to have some patience to slow down self. But this means, remember, we're going to restore balance. So this is where exercise is going to help us. High vibe foods are going to help us. All these positive patterns, healthy patterning, brushing our teeth, right? Honoring our cycles, our rhythms. This is what's going to help us in achieving and creating what we need to create. Which is foresight. You are in need of some good old-fashioned nurturing right now. Focus your priorities on home life for a while. A family gathering is on the cards. Okay, guys, it's literally on the cards. A family gathering. Take some time out to rest and heal. Revel in some more family time. You need to revalue your priorities. Enjoy some home cooking. This is so happening within my universe, guys. I've been called to go spend some time behind the scenes here and do some time connecting. And realizing that I've really just been reflected back to me that my values have changed even more. My priorities have changed even more. What I want to see here happen at the channel has changed from where it started off so much. Because I see that the divine is part of it. It's a meeting of creation. And it's not just me, and I'm honoring that. And just honoring where we're going here. Honoring what this means right now. Guys, my biscuit boo. What are you crying about? And we know that the hearth is the heart of the home. Where men and women slept, ate, worked, crafted around this sacred center. The deities of the hearth. Vesta is one of them. The hearth is a focal point and source of warmth and protection. Spells and charms are cooked up using the hearth, right? The element of fire to heat magical blends of herbs and spices. So here's a connection to alchemy. Whoa, alchemy. And being in the herbal kitchen. Being, that alchemist. And being that kitchen witch. I love this. This has been part of my path as well, too, since I was 7 years old. I can remember cooking in the kitchen with my mom. Those are the memories I remember. And just always being in touch with food. And from day one, honoring the natural, beautiful, incredible creations of Mother Earth and trying to honestly just preserve them when I'm cooking them, and always honoring her antioxidants, her beautiful healing properties that she's bringing to the table, and not to cook and destroy them. Hand fasting. Union. Let's celebrate, dance, and sing. For the Lord and Lady, Queen and King unite together. Hearts are one in sacred marriage, bound as one. This magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be, there it is, done. And this is where we're going. This is the end game of the equation, which is wisdom. A coming together in whatever form is celebrated when hand fasting shows up. Hand fasting comes as a blessed omen, for it indicates the union of yourself and your beloved. Love is in the air, so get ready to tie the knot and jump over the broomstick, as tradition dictates union. Announces a acknowledgement of your readiness to make a sacred commitment to yourself, to promote and promise love, to cherish and honor all of who you are, and to never betray yourself in favor of another, including what you hold dear or believe. That's key in what we're doing here. We're not going to ever destroy self ever again to honor someone else's beliefs. Union also is here to speak about marriage to spirit and invites you to humbly come before the Lord and Lady to declare your undying love and dedication to their service. This is a time of pledges, promise, and vows to declare your love for a year and a day, for as long as love lasts, to whom you wish to be joined in sacred union. And the foresight. Prepare for a hand fasting ceremony. Commit to a relationship. Commit yourself in service to spirit through vows of dedication. The union of partnership brings great blessings. Make a promise to always be true to yourself. Love is the answer. The tying of hands together. This is what hand fasting is. It's a ceremony, and it's connected to the pagans, a custom for couples to make a formal promise, a contract, a commitment to one another. Depending on personal wishes, the couple may choose to commit for either a year and a day, a lifetime, or for all of eternity as they jump over a fire or a broomstick. Ooh, I like it. All right, guys, and there's a lot of connection to symbology and messages there. But this is saying everything. This is just really saying everything right now. And we're committing to the divine, and through committing to our love to the divine, this is also the gift of sacred union. But it's through work and dedication, and this is hard work and dedication. And then also being able to forgive and love yourself when you make a mistake. When you drink from that cup. When you're hurting and you're not honoring self. You got to get back up, and you got to love self and nurture self back together again. Okay? Put self back together again and allow a rebirth. Allow the time. Honor yourself. Okay? Honor yourself. Honor your connection and love to spirit through partnership. Honor your connection and love to the universe, to Mother Earth, to how you feel when you go outside. How do you feel when you go outside and you're hanging with the Earth? La Luna, the sun, the sky, the moon, baby. Right? The stars, the heavens. This is how do you feel when you're an alchemist in the kitchen making, your best creations? How does that make you feel? Harness that energy, harness that power, create with it through you. Be a master alchemist of self. This is a humbly charged transformation. This means we get to hold our heads high through our crown chakra with all this work we're doing with the divine, to honor our love of the divine, of our reconnection to nature. And this honoring this is not easy. This patterning work, this sequencing work, no one says this is easy. Like, look at this sequence that this tarot card, this oracle just gave us this message. Look at it. It was a beautiful sequence that was all connected. Now, I did not want to take the time to personally read all these messages. I just wanted to channel the shit out of this. Excuse my language there to the divine. But I just wanted to channel this, okay? But I had to honor the fact that I needed to slow down and take my time, and I was called to apply the masculine energy. And then, you know what? I can get back to getting in the flow and doing some other things. But if you can see the connection to all the messages, even within the 3D, within the book, after everything that's been channeled, it just means you can trust the information. It just means you can believe that much more. We're on target. We're on point, right? We're lit. Let's keep going. Guys, I get all so depressed, and I get all up in my old templates, and then I sit here and I can just see where the magic is. My only wish is just that if I could see this magic we create here just be everywhere else. That's my wish. And maybe it is. Maybe I'm just not looking, but wow. Okay, now they showed me that we're working with healing from the devil through the 6 of Cups, the purification, and it's the 9. And look at that. There's symbology here. That cat ate that bird. And I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I'm feeling about that right now. I guess it's life. That's why it's hard here to be an empath and to be so woke. Whoa, we have to cleanse from that. Now, they show me that those cards are connected to this message right here. As I was getting ready for this, and the Cat Tarot, as well as the Wild Unknown Tarot, had a message for us. We are expanding with the energies of the world, and we're healing from something. It has to do with karma and the serpent that eats his own tail. It has to do with why we're going to drink from that cup. It's like, we're not going to eat our own tail anymore. We're not going to drink from that cup. We're going to heal the void, and we're going to create in it, and it's connected to this. The world and this are connected to this, and it's happening through the Three of Cups. And there's a message in here for us. I think it's important that we officially receive these messages today. Thank you to the Wild Unknown Tarot. Wholeness, completion, the world. The world is the final card in the journey of the major arcana. It signifies completion, harmony, and contentment. It's rare to experience this energy, as we are usually consumed by wanting, needing, and achieving. So when this card appears, contemplate for a moment the idea of being whole. Focus on the image on the card. Close your eyes and envision this radiating energy inside of you. What does it feel like? Where is it located? What blocks you from feeling a sense of wholeness each and every day of your life? And this is going to help us moving forth. There's a healing here. There's something to meditate on. And it's connected to the Three of Cups. Friendship, joy, bounty. The Three of Cups is a lovely card. It foresees you in the company of amazing friends, creating memories together that you'll hold dear. These are not any old friends. They are people with whom you feel a rare connection. With them, you feel truly yourself. Enjoy each minute of their company. And this is also indicating a time of upcoming celebration, everyone. Love abounds. Congratulations, we need this. We're going to be doing a lot of celebrating. We're getting in this festive season where it's time. We need this. We need to keep our vibes high. And that's connected to why we're healing, to come together through the earth, through the lack of. And it's happening through the Four of Cups. We're feeling empty. We're feeling empty and separate. And we can't find what we need. It's like we want a snack, but there's no snack to be had. Like exactly what the King of Pentacles is doing. He's trying to get to that snack, but he can't get to it. So because we both can't get to what we're trying to get to, we're going to come together through our lack of. And that's exactly what's happening. There's the Lovers. We're coming together through our lack of. We're coming together through the energy of the opposite. It's not like, oh, I found love. I found my counterparts. Like, oh, I've experienced all this heartache. I've experienced all this pain. I've experienced all this drama. I've experienced all this lower vibrational stuff. Oh, these energies, these entities are sucking off of me. Dark night of the soul. Ooh, source is here. God's here. What's going down? I need my counterpart. I need my counterpart because that's what makes sense in the 3D. And we're going to shift. We're going to create. It's not like I need my counterpart in a 3D codependent way. Like, I can't survive without you. I won't be happy without you. It's like, no, you're part of this equation. You're part of this sequencing. You're part of this pattern. You're part of this wholeness. You're part of what's going to make sense of how I came here to understand my life and create through the earth. And I couldn't see it before, but now I'll see it. And now it's seen. It's like look at that cat, you know, like the cat is scratching and it's finding within, through whatever motion it's doing, it's finding some sort of healing, and it's fueling itself and it's feeding itself through what it's doing, through the motions it's doing, through the patterning it's doing. It's like, And it's feeding itself. It's fueling itself. It's become the Taurus through truth, through the Queen of Swords. And that is now Spirit has connected to our dream time. We were talking about this the other day. I'm working in my sleep, right? Spirit is connecting to our dream time. That is helping us to restore justice. We're going to fight back. Look at that cat. It's biting that human's hand. No more. We are the cat. We're fighting back. And there's going to be a tower moment. But it's connected to why we're connecting. Remember, it's the energy of the opposites we're creating through. So we're going to have a tower moment that connects. And we're going to see what it's connected to right now. Thank you for joining us for Channeled Messages. There's going to be a link in the description down below for the reading. See you there, everyone.